apparently more people are listening to old music than ever before, or as people in the music industry would call it, catalog music. There have been tons of stats that have been cited by various data companies, including Luminate, about how people are increasingly listening to older songs. But I'm going to get into some of the nuance as to what that actually means. So first things first, what is catalog music? It's music that's over 18 months old. But the period of 18 months to 60 months is considered near catalog. And then after 60 months, which is 5 years, it is considered deep catalog. Obviously, there's a lot more music that's over 18 months old than there is music that's being made in the current 18-month period that's considered frontline. But also, I think we have to talk about streaming. That is the way that most of us consume music these days. With streaming, the biggest, well, actually, there's so many, I can't even say that. There are a lot of big shifts that happen with streaming. One of them is the data collection that we got from it. So back in the days of sales, someone would go to a record store, pick up an album because they heard the Beatles put out a new album, let's say, and they go up to the counter, swipe their card, go home with it. That is the only data that the music industry had. It's just point of sale. We didn't know how often, once you got that album home, you actually listened to it. It could be that you got the album home and you listened to it once and you're like, oh, this sucks. Or you could listen to it every day for the rest of your life. With streaming, we actually do know every single time that you listen to Harry Styles, or every single time you listen to Sabrina Carpenter, or Fleetwood Mac, or the Beatles. So we can't go too far back in comparing how much people are listening to older music today versus how much older music they were listening to 30 years ago, pre-streaming. But also another thing about streaming is that it's this kind of all-you-can-eat model. You pay, $15 a month now, something like that for Spotify? And then you have everything in the entire world available at your fingertips, which means music discovery is better than ever. Before, there was a pay barrier before I could listen to Fleetwood Mac for the first time, which, not the first time, of course. Now, if I heard of Fleetwood Mac for the first time and I wanted to go stream it, it cost me, it seems like $0. But because streaming is so good for music discovery, our listenership has fragmented across all of our distinct interests. There is data that shows that the musical monoculture, the musical mainstream, if you will, is weakening a bit. I could get into that in a different video and actually bring up the numbers for you. But basically, this is a case of everything everywhere all at once. We can listen to anything at any time. So does it matter if a song is new or old? Not really. Then, this is a whole separate video we could layer into that. The music catalog market is really hot, meaning the buying and selling of songs. And because of that, there's a lot of people who've come into owning music for the first time, and that music might be 20 years old, and they want to get a return on the investment that they just paid for. So they're going to run a digital marketing campaign like a frontline signee would at a major label to boost a song that's 20 years old. It used to just be that the music industry would market new music that came out. Now there's a ton of people with a vested interest in marketing older stuff. I could go on and on about this. Let me know if you want a part 2.